God did more than I ever expected. Let me tell you how. Hey, beautiful. Welcome back to my channel. And for those of you that may be new here, I'm Artisha T. Bolding, also known as Coach T, the Mindset Midwife. Listen, it is my pleasure here on the Heal Girl YouTube channel to share bits of my testimonies, my experience with family, friends, loved ones, and clients, and just how God has ushered me to navigate through the world. Listen, it has been impressed upon me for quite some time that God made me to be very unique, very different. My mind works differently, my body works differently. I process information differently. And so you can imagine as a teenager, that was very weird because it's kind of like, where do I fit? How can I belong? Will I be accepted, or am I doomed to be an outcast my whole life? As a 20 something, I was completely rebellious, did not care, just completely loud, completely obnoxious. And I had a tribe then. So there's always been some people who have chosen to connect to me. 30s were very tumultuous, just trying to really figure out who it is that I really wanted to be in life, knowing that it was a decision that I had to make. It wasn't just something that I was born into. It wasn't something that I could learn from a book, but it was me choosing. And I chose a lot of the wrong things. Honey, then there was the divine disruption that came in the form of my near-death experience. That's what this best-selling book is about. The Patient is Wearing Lipstick. It's available wherever books are sold. You can also visit the T-Bold Media bookstore on my website, tboldmedia.com. In my memoir, I talk about the fact that I was looking for love in all the wrong places. And now recently, I'm talking about 2024, years after this book was published, God showed me that that wasn't just the case in relationships, but it was the case in my career as well. So when I tell this story, I always say that I was chasing a bag and chasing men, or rather letting them chase me. And I still didn't make the connection, but I was looking for love. I was looking for attention, acclaim, status, accolades, and love in all the wrong places. In my two majors, which was career and romantic connection. And the thing got so crazy, but I just want to tell you today, God did more than I ever expected. You may have heard me say this before. It bears repeating. My grandfather was a functional illiterate. He worked in some of the highest security clearance government buildings in our country, right here in the CSRA at what is now Fort Eisenhower, what was then Fort Gordon, and even at the Pentagon. Y'all, do you understand me what I'm saying? My grandfather, who really could not read. And so for me to be able to read, write, articulate, to be an author, to coach authors, that's more than I ever expected. And when I was laying in a hospital bed, really wanting to give up, really throwing in the towel, only for God to throw it back at me, He has done more than I ever expected. When I thought for sure a medical crisis to the level which we were dealing with, medical bills to the level which we were dealing with, I thought sure that would be the nail in the coffin of my marriage. But I sit here today, happily married. My husband is the one that led the charge to purchase this brand new home that I'm sitting in my home office talking to you from right now. God did more than I ever expected. Not because I'm so cute, not because I'm so special, but because I decided to be selfless, because I decided to be obedient, to live a life of service is a life of humbling, is a life of putting yourself second, is a life that pleases God. And for that, He has done great and marvelous things for me. I promise y'all, I am a walking miracle. From 8 different medications down to 2, 3 if you want to count the allergy pill, right? From 24-hour oxygen support to being on so many different media platforms, social, print, TV, digital. Only God can do that. He did more than I ever expected. And I pray that this is an encouraging to you. I pray that this burns in your heart to know that God loves you so much, that He has a mantle, a chosen path for you. And no matter what you have lived through, no matter what you had to push through, know that God has purpose in it all. He won't waste not even a single ounce of it. And He will do more than you ever expect. More with your story, more with your message, more with your life. Listen, make sure that you comment below. Let me know that this was a blessing to your life. Like this video, share it. Send this to a friend that needs encouragement. You may have a friend who is dealing with a medical crisis of their own, who is dealing with a marital or relationship crisis of their own, who might even be dealing with a career crisis of their own. Say, hey, there's a girl on YouTube who checked those same boxes. Take a listen and check her out. I'll love you forever if you do. And even if you don't, just let me see you show some love in the comments. And I'll be sure to subscribe so you can get more inspirational, moving content just like this. And I'll be back at y'all real soon. Holla.